Well, good morning, folks. Good morning. Another beautiful day. So, we are back to our scene, and it's coming along nicely here. So, we've got Miguel walking forward here, and we got a few drawings that we need to finish up. Um, for those of you who are new, I am your host, Leonard Robinson, retired animation director, and I'm doing a little short film called But You Are My Friends. Little story about four um, kids who think that they're related, see themselves as a family, but they're actually four different kids from four completely different cultures. And it's a little story about how they are friends and how the system of life wants to separate them just because they look different. So, little commentary there on critical race theory, which I thought I would make something about it. My pastor at my church asked if I would create something, and this is what the Lord gave me. So anyway, it's a little story, which I did it as a book, but now I'm taking it to the next level and doing some animation for it. So that's what this is about. So anyway, I do these as tutorials so that you can see me working in real time, and that if you are working on your own animated short and you would like to see someone else who's working on it in real time, then that's why I'm doing this, to help you. So I'm using a program called Rough Animator right now, and that's what I'm doing my animation as. Rough Animator is a very inexpensive software that you can buy for $10 if you're using on the desktop version, and there is a iPad version which is $5, and it is quite user friendly. If you're not a tech person, like I'm not a tech person, so if you're just a regular artist and you like to work in a software that you understand, that's not too complicated, Rough Animator is for you. All right, so we'll just move forward now. So, and if you want to see videos prior to this one, I've done many videos to get up to this point. So, my next project, I'm going to try to do a little bit different situation where I'll number the lessons on a particular title so that they'll be a little easier for you to find in my library. I didn't do it on this one, but there are dates where these things are posted, and that'll give you a sense of when I started and where I started. But all of the videos are up on my channel, so you can access them at any time. All right. Also, if you are interested in an animation class, one-on-one class with me, you can contact me through my channel here, or you can also contact me through my email, which is my name, Leonard Robinson at yahoo.com. I'm also on Facebook and on LinkedIn, so you can contact me in any of those ways. Some of my videos that are put up do have my email and website and all that stuff. I'm going to get a little bit better about putting these things on every video. I haven't been doing that, but I'm going to, I guess that there's probably a standardized way of doing it, which I haven't figured out yet. So, all right. So, anyways, have a follow, thanks for coming. And here we go. All right. So let's see. We're about to make an, okay, so we're 23, 25, and then we're going to 31. So we're making 29, which is our first breakdown. And you can see on the chart here, 29 is halfway in between 25 and 31. So there we go there. Now, I've been dealing mostly with the bottom half of the character. So what I discovered was that I could grab the top half of the character like this with the select tool, and then I can copy it and go to where the in-between would be, which is here, and paste it. Then I can shift, or I can tilt the image so that it fits as an in-between. So we go. So we go one, so that's 25, 29, 31. There we go. So, if you're able to use um, copies of, like in this case, the top half of the character doesn't really change. It pretty much stays the same. So I just copied it and pasted it. I'm doing the same thing with the blocks here. So copy to the in-between and then paste it. I intend to eventually put the blocks that are in the foreground on a separate layer, or on the background rather, when I start to paint it. The overall timing is feeling pretty good. Alright, so 25, 29. Okay, so according to our chart, then we're going to make 27, which will go in between here. We'll add a frame. So come over here and add after. And then we'll do our in between on the lower half of the body, because the lower half is really what's moving more. Yeah. Yeah, the lower half is what's really moving. And see, like here, you can see he's kind of sliding his foot back. See here, I could copy this foot. So like I could just grab this foot like that and go copy, paste. Yeah. So see, it's things that are like that where you don't need to try to redraw something. It's just easier to copy paste it. So same thing here. You're going to go from here to here. Your in between is there, so just copy the top part of it. Grab it. Copy it. Go to where the in between is, paste it, and then you tilt it so that it's working as an in between, and you move it into the position of where the in between would be. Make little adjustments, and then you check it by going step to see if it's where you want it. Okay. And then the blocks, same thing with the blocks. We just grab them, copy, paste, and also make sure that you save frequently, because Rough Animator sometimes will crash in the middle of this. For some reason or another, I haven't been able to figure out what it is. I think there's some type of bug that causes it to do that. So I'm not really quite clear on why it's doing that. And it only happens with when you're doing copy paste for some reason. That's the only time I've encountered it. So yeah. All right, so he takes a step forward here, so we got an in between from 31 to 35. So we'll add a drawing after here. And this will be 35. And then we'll just do his lower body, because that's really where the in between is happening. And you can see that this leg here is going to be, the leg and foot are going to be the same. So I could copy paste that, copy, paste, and then the foot here is coming down, so it's coming out and down like that. So, and it's actually coming down behind this block here. Yeah. So you see it's out, down. There you go. And then now he's coming forward slightly. So what we'll do here is we'll grab the bigger image since he's starting to come forward. Copy. We'll go backwards one frame and paste. And then we'll hold the shift key down and we'll shrink him down just a little bit. Because you see he's coming forward. So let's go 1, 2, 3. That's good. Yeah, so he looks like he's adequately getting bigger here. Okay, good. And then same thing on the blocks. Grab the blocks. Copy. One frame forward. Paste. And then save. And then we'll play that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so 5. Oh, I'm sorry, that should have been 33 right here. 33. So 31, 33, 35, and then, yeah, okay. So now he's leaning forward this way. Okay, so 30, he's going to go from 35 here to 39. So let's do a drawing add after. And so this is going to be 37. Okay. And, all right. Then, so his body, so in between his body here, his foot's on the ground, and his knee is bent here, but his feet are planted. So we can copy those feet. Copy, paste. Okay, and then over here, grab this foot, and we'll go copy, paste. There we go. All right, and then the top part of him here, same thing, we'll grab the top part, copy, paste, and then we need to tilt him, and also shrink him a little bit because he's coming up in size. All right, so yeah. See, what you're also looking for too is how the body kind of arcs forward. So see, he's back, then he's coming forward like that. So you got to kind of watch that arc as his body is coming forward. Okay, we'll save that and play. Yeah. And then we need to finish the blocks off there. So let's see. Grab the blocks. Copy. Paste. And save. Okay. Play. Now it feels like that's working pretty good. And then let's see, we have one, I think, looks like we have one more. So 39, 45. So yeah, we got two in-betweens in here. All right, so let's see. All right, we'll add, the first in-between is going to be 41. So we'll add after. And this is going to be drawing 41, which will be a breakdown. See, because the chart here says 41, 43, 45. So 41 is the first in between, but it's a breakdown position. All right, so then, all right, so we make this in between. All right. So he lifts his foot here. Let's see. You know, oddly enough, I feel like I'm kind of almost doing this in an unnatural way. Because his would really be pulling his foot up, I would think. So this is my bad on the key, I think. But I'll stick with it and see if it looks alright. If it doesn't, I'll change it. Alright, so there we go. Okay. Foot on the ground. I'll grab the foot. Copy. Paste. And I'll erase a little bit here to match it. Okay. Upper half of the body, let's grab that. Okay. Copy. Go back a frame. Paste. And then we need to move it and tilt it. Okay. And then position it as an in-between here. He gets a little bigger. I guess we can just a hair. Yeah, maybe like that. So let's see. Don't. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to erase out stuff in here. There we go. 41, 45. So, all right. And let's see. We want to do the blocks. Grab the blocks. Copy. In between position. Paste. And then save. Okay. So I think we just got one more in between to make here. And we'll be done with the... Yeah. That works. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, so we just need one more in between here. So we'll go add after. This is going to be 43, I believe, right? Yeah. So this is now going to be 43. Right. So this is a pure in between. So he's lifting his foot up, so we should have a knee here and foot in the middle here. There we go. Yeah, I think the way I did this, I think it's not exactly right in my head now, but that's my bad. But it seems to be flowing all right, but technically I think he'd be pulling his foot up where the toe would be down as his foot's coming off the ground. But clearly I'm not following through on that. Grab the top half of his body, copy, go back a frame, and paste. And then we want to adjust this in between and place it in the position between the two drawings. We just flip it slowly so we can see that it's in the right place. Very good. Then we grab the blocks. That's part of the equation. Copy to the in-between position and paste. And then save. Here we go, save. Okay. Alrighty. So we have a complete scene here. Alright, with all the animation done. Oddly enough, it's funny, I mean, even though that last, where he's picking up his foot the last time, it's okay, I'm going to live with it. I think it's alright. Yeah, it works. As animators, we can be so picky about what we want to see. I mean, yeah, it's, as an animator, you get to a place where you can see 1/12 or 1/24 of a second, meaning you can see the one drawing in your sequence when it's out of place or something, or you think it should be doing something different. And that's a blessing and a curse for the animator. But generally speaking, I mean, if something is moving at a good pace and it's not jittering, then the average person is not going to notice it in the course of making your film. So you have to pick your battles. How much work do you want to do? Richard Williams, who was one of my mentors, was definitely very fastidious about drawings. He cared so much for his productions that sometimes he became the assistant animator on other people's work, even though he didn't need to do it. But he was very, very picky about how accurate something had to be drawn, and it's a good thing. Makes things take longer, but I guess that's okay. All right, well, we'll stop here. We're at 21 minutes, so hey, hope you all had a good weekend. Here we are into a new week, and we're clicking along on this stuff. So we'll be getting into cleanup and color starting tomorrow. All right, good people. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget to thank God for your talents and gifts. I'll see you tomorrow, and don't forget, Jesus is Lord.